A campaign for more public venues to provide disabled toilets has won the backing of 50,000 signatures. It's being spearheaded by the Paralympian athlete Anne Wafula Strike, who lives in Essex. She made national headlines when she was forced to wet herself on a train because of a lack of facilities. Melissa Rudd reports.
Well done.
Being able to use a toilet in a public place is something we all expect and that most of us take for granted. But Emma Spagnola's 5-year-old son Mason is one of more than 250,000 people in the UK who are not able to use standard disabled toilets.
I've got a son who's got autism. He's also got hypermobility. He's also non-verbal and still in nappies. Mason just needs the bench because it's not fair on him to lay him on the floor or to take him back to the boot of the car. Or in some cases we've been in the supermarket and had to leave the trolley and go home because we need to change him.
Mason requires what is called a changing place. It's a bigger cubicle which has equipment such as a height-adjustable changing bench and sink. There is a hoist too, which helps older children and adults with profound learning difficulties or physical disabilities to use the toilet in comfort. But there are only around 50 of them in our region, and this one in a Wetherspoons pub in Great Yarmouth is one of only 5 in Norfolk.
We base our lives around toilets, so if there isn't one of these, generally we don't go. People talk to me who have been in houses 10 weeks plus because they haven't been able to go out. The last time they've been out, they'd missed themselves, got so embarrassed, they'd gone home and not come out again. So it's a real life changer to not just my family, but to everyone's family, a lot of families.
Paralympian Anne Wafula Strike is campaigning for the government to make it compulsory for all larger public buildings to have changing places facilities, and over 50,000 people have signed the petition.
Parents are having to lie their children on dirty toilet floors just to have them changed. Why should people be degraded to this level, really? We are in the 21st century.
Well, for families like Emma's, knowing that there's a facility like this accessible when they go out and about for the day is simply essential. And campaigners hope more and more businesses will recognise the need for changing places facilities. Melissa Rudd, BBC Look East in Great Yarmouth.